Welcome to Poorly Shaven Quiz. I don't think I did a good job. Anyway, welcome to Final Fantasy XIV. Last time we did a bit of different thing in this minery stuff. This time, we're gonna see if we can actually get into and do the Fawn March. So, on to White Mage, so that we can see if we can at least get in. I know it's like 22 thingy, but we'll also maybe try seeing if we can get the Ball of Embers hard. But, yeah, that was a brief moment as well. Yeah, well, anyways, you know what? We can run around order a little bit. Boing, 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 boing. Actually, I should probably check this in my portraits. Right, nope. Oh, I should save that then. Unlike the dungeons where we're just waiting around for 3 other people to show up, we have to wait for 7. And that actually might prove to be a point of contention, actually. And the valid reasons to why it seems like we're just not able to do what we decided to do. Use this time, maybe we'll look in the market briefly. You know? For that reason, I should probably have my headset on so I can actually hear the bloody thing. Because we head there and then we can maybe see if there's any like mounts or something. Or if I can, maybe I can check to see if anyone's put up at least the weapon, you know. Because I'm willing to do the grind of a hand class to get my hands on just the base thing. Where is Condra? Is there? And we are specifically going to be looking for level 50. There's a seed of crook and crown. So, I'm not seeing it, or if I am seeing it, I'm not seeing a version with it. So, like, Madman's Whispering Rod. Cost what? Ah, yeah, I think it's Madman's Whispering Rod. So, 60,000. That's with materia. Well, someone's selling it for 1 guild less, but with none of it. Okay. Right, well that's quick tongue. I think that's what we would need. So for the Reborn. So okay, so there is a few options there, but we'll just while we're at it, what can we find in say the miscellaneous stuff? It's the but we can find things like a flying chair. A flying chair, or you know, a flying bed, because you know things just make perfect sense. There's only 4 chairs on offer, and 2 people are going for a lower price, 2 people are going for a higher price, and someone has declared that they want one, so there's a demand apparently. Like there's apparently a demand for Night Pacer's pistols, but no one's selling them. No one's actually wanting a bed, but oh, okay, that's expensive. 1.8 mil? Oh, good lord. I'll see, that sounds interesting. Sildar Throne. It says other buttons with families, it's small and whatnot. Pinky. Within a rectangular piece of what appears to be cement, placing it near your pinky will magically bring the elevating machine trumpeting to life. And that's such a entertaining names there with B and and this is way too high priced. But it better be a good reason as to why that's like that. Sambatenda de la Luna. Eyes of Darkness. Take to the skies on this piece of the battlefield created by the cloud of darkness, safe in the knowledge that it will not suddenly fade from existence. And someone does have one, and it's like 50 million gil. Okay. And of course we can get some of the other power cells, which we don't actually have. And faces we wear and the ball etiquettes as well. So yeah, a number of various power cells. It's kind of neat. So if we wanted, say, the Saber Tender one, we'd be having to pay people a good 400,000. Okay, alright, that's great to know. Various faces we wear for the various stuff here. Like if you want a white eye patch in your right eye, there's a bunch there, so that's neat. I don't know where the retainer is on this side of things, so I can't just outright go. Maybe we'll take a look at that, but no. Well, we've gone over 5 minutes, so how's everyone's morning or evening if you're up at a different time zone? That was a funny segment actually recently, where Dominic Mysterio doesn't understand time zones. I'm sure that was an entertaining lesson that Judgment Day had to teach him. The WWE Women's Tag Team Championships are so irrelevant that one half is currently just not even on screen. So what's the bloody point in it then? Should have had it on someone who would, you know, be able to be around to defend. Oh, what? That's a point to be made there. Honestly, like, the silliness of it all, as you know. Apparently, AEW Collision, randomly the broadcast ended a half an hour early and went into showing of Black Adam. So you know, that's actually somewhat entertaining. That's actually somewhat funny. Crap, I've got a hair splinter. But as I was saying, it is actually kind of funny that an AEW broadcast ends prematurely to play a film with The Rock in. I'm sure some deluded people might even be like, see, that viewership that Black Adam got during that half hour where it was maybe Collision? No, those were people tuning in to watch Collision and being like, oh, Black Adam. I mean, yeah, we could watch that too, I guess. Oh, I think I got it out. Woo! Okay, one hair splinter safely removed from my finger, or at least a bit of hair jutting into my skin. That was entertaining. So, you know, sharpness of things. So, I'll say, once again, I do apologise for my recent scheduling or nothingness, but to be fair, I don't know, something's just, there we go, something's just been up, I don't know what it is. DPSs, they're locked in, tanks, they're locked in, I'm locked in, other healer, asleep at their desk. Why, some of my friends that suddenly happens to be on Final Fantasy, so that obviously no, there's no one. It all says online idle, which means they've actually gone up. Online cat emoji that changes depending if I'm hovering over it or not. That's weird. Anyway. A whole bunch of Muggles! No. But wait, they're evil ones. No! They understand. Kupo? Who in the seven hells are they? Meddling Avengers, I'd wager. Muggles got to arms! Defend the king, Kupo! So yes, we gotta fight some things that... some highs, hellos and whatnot. And someone apparently did this yesterday. So we have ourselves a paladin... no wait, no, it's a rewarder. Oh fuck, I'm getting hit. No, we've got a rewarder, a dark knight, a scholar as one as the other healer, and then oh, gotta get out of there. And then we've got two samurai, a red mage and a black mage. So that's kind of neat. So yeah, this part of the fight is actually quite simple. One, don't stand in the fucking AoEs, you idiots, and when it's an AoE that we can't avoid being in, then, well, you know. As the various entertainingly named ones are around. One's planning to blow us to smithereens. Oh no. I'm just keeping Medica 2 up. Our foe is formidable, Kupo, but surely they are no match for our king. Hail to the king, Kupo! Hail to the Kupo! I mean king. You shall suffer for your transgressions against my subjects. And the battle begins in true earnest. Now we've got access to good King Muggamog the 12th, now here to fight. And with good King's decree summons the Muggles guards back into action for their various maneuvers that they'll be doing. So just on the ball. Two, just make sure. Oh. Okay, they are. Oh fuck, I just pressed the wrong thing. I pressed the wrong button, I admit. I was trying to press this blind. Oh fuck, what? I got hit! You're just hearing everyone scream. And making a level of sense just because. There's certainly some of the aesthetics of the song definitely sound very oh no, not Medical 1, Medical 2. God damn it me. So then at least there's a regen on the people who aren't doing it. Another decree. However, whatever their plan was, obviously didn't matter because we killed him. Hooah! And just like any other primal, it separates into thin air. Meaning we did our job. Hooray! And the Muggles guard scamper away. No, it's just fluffy beans. Oh, pass. Because the sunrise is staying there, and I'll go for the coffin there. Oh, I couldn't. Because they obtained. Damn it. They obtained the items and left. Right before I could commendation them. I got commendation. Sweet. So we didn't get any of the Moogle themed weaponry, sadly. You did it, Kupo! You did it! Good King Muggle the 12th, may his mighty soul rest in pieces no more! Hooray! Hurrah! Hee hee. I shudder to think what might have happened had you not stopped the Muggles' guard when you did. Thank you, Chris. Perhaps now they'll come to their senses and stop playing at fairy tales. Rest assured that the chieftain will have choice words for them too. You should go and tell Puckney Packet that the king is no more, Kupo. She's a YO at Camp Tranquil and can relay the news to the chieftain. Okay, fair enough. So, yep. Although I am hopping on a mountain, I could also just teleport. I'm realising that. One teleportation is necessary now. So yes, now with that, I might go on the detour and fight a primal or two. But maybe not. You know, still got to do stuff, so. And thus, I have rendered the bloody thumbnail completely mute. Do I dare believe my ears? Good King Muggle the 12th, may his magnificent virtue serve as a summon to us all, has fallen? All Moogle kind owes you a debt, Kupo. Ah, and since Weirwoe wishes to congratulate you as well, shall I let you two speak without fear of interruption. Alright, okay, cool. And, sorry, that's the wrong one. Talk to Maya. Whether or not this is for Antpor or for... Ah, White Mage after my own heart. Come to get help to the bottom of this noisome business? Oh, right, Ampor. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're getting cutscenes over Ampor at the moment. Brother Isumi-Yan hasn't told you much, has he? Discretion is the better part of his valor. Well, aside from Ampor Keep, the city is all that remains of an advanced magical civilization from the 5th Astral Era. No record survive of how the city met its end, but the elementals tell us all was undone by what the Great One calls an unclean presence. I fear that what my brother senses is this very thing. Its satedness drained away after so many centuries. If it hungers for another city to slake its fast on. I'll take it from here, sister. Oh, nice to see you again. Bloody stupid. Manor Zaywin. We've spoken of this. Chris, you've met my younger brother. Yep, certainly have. You'll have to excuse him for his born lout that he is at times. My apologies for the urgent summons, Chris, but the darkness that stirs inevitable behind the barrier waits not on our convenience. Something has kindled there, and daily it grows, and how distrait the elementals are. I've not seen the like of it. They show me what feels like awakening, and nightmares. Ooh. I fear this calls for a more prosaic sensing than that of my rare gift. Some disaster slouches towards us, might you discover the source of these dark visions and nip it in the bud. You're our best hope, Chris. Surely you can find the will to journey to Amperdor. We shall find a wood railer by the name of Alphane, keeping vigil at the barrier. Alright, fair enough then. And don't worry about returning here to tell us if you're finding the elementals will doubtless keep us appraised. But enough talk. Good luck, Chris. Alright, I guess I have luck on my side. Anyway, that's not what we were here for. We also want to pick up the next quest on the properties of primals. Your bravery and service to the Troll's Woods and her Moogles shall not be forgotten, Chris. Hooray! My sister will doubtless wish to hear the tale of this great victory from the mouth of the man responsible. Pray return to the Lotus Stand. It's different from the Waking Sands. And treat her to the full account of the day's events, while the details are yet fresh in your mind. Well, I might as well go and unlock Lost Sea of Ampor first, since it's literally just over here. Then I suppose I should head back to Gridania. And the person we need to talk to, surrounded by a bunch of revenants. Ah, the Seed Seers have sent word of your coming. You are bold indeed to willingly glimpse into the darkness. Lost City festers more and more by the day. And so you're to lance the boil, eh? Beyond this gate lies a land out of balance, its earth aspect sapped by the calamity. You had best be prepared before proceeding further. Brought and wrong, that's what you'll see. Creatures run mad, tormented by hooked burrs that clutch and burrow. Well, good luck with that. No doubt you'll prevail, being favoured of the Seed Seers and all. Fight well. But this does unlock Ampor for us. Well, at least Lost City of Ampor. And we'll have that as a duty we can hop into. It's not in the duty support. No, nothing beyond all fail is at the moment available to us. But if we go into the dungeons, we would now be able to select it as a level 50 dungeon that we could go and do. So yeah, just a dungeon in general. Lovely stuff. Let us return to Gridania and talk to Carney Senna on the properties of primals, the main story. Hoorays! I need to go and refill that bowl of water actually, because there's not much left of all that. Yeah, we can do so when we're done with this at the very least. The Elder Cecil is expecting you, sir. May I show you in? Yes, I would like to go in. Yada, Palplamo, you useless fucks! I had to do all the bloody work! Okay, joking aside on that, because that's rather mean. They were obviously doing stuff. Ah, Chris, you are returned to us, unharmed and victorious. Thus I have 2 reasons to be glad. Yeah. Yet many questions remain unanswered. If you would be so kind to oblige me, I would fain hear all that occurred in Thornmarch. I killed him. I totally was the only one that was there. Then it is as we feared. The king really is a primal. But he really isn't, is he? I mean, the Moogles don't worship him, for one thing. He's not even a god to them. Doesn't sound like any primal I've ever heard of. Then mayhap the fault lies with the definition. The fact remains that, through a combination of power contained in crystals and the force of their collective faith, the Moogles called forth a being that by rights should not exist. Moreover, when slain, said being left no corpse, the aether which comprised him instead being scattered to the 4 winds. According to the accepted definition, he may not be a primal, but the mode of his manifestation was in every respect the same. Which means... Ascians. This whole business reeks of their handiwork. You know, whenever something goes wrong in Nausea, just blame Ascians. You stub your toe on a kitchen counter. Damn you, Ascians! You know no limits to how you'll harm me and my toe. So, you know. They said it was a masked man who taught them how, but years ago. But Gridania has no shortage of masked men, and I never thought to question. Confound it all! How many more will they ensnare with their tainted gifts? Too many, I fear. So as long as there are paragons to stir the embers, fools to build the pyre, and crystals to feed the flames, ever and again shall we suffer primal visitation. A sombre thought, but a salutary one. Salutary one. Salutary? I think I'm saying it right. My heartfelt thanks, Chris. Already the information you've provided us has proven invaluable. The Grand Serpent Marshal and I have much to discuss. Oh, before you do, my lady, I was hoping we might finish discussing that other matter. Oh, the matter of which you speak has even now been settled. The Scion shall not want for support. We should be glad to send additional supplies to Reverend's Toll. We knew we could count on you, my lady. Hooray. While Yidden and I remain to discuss the particulars of our arrangement with the Elder Seer, mayhap you could return to the Waking Sands and appraise the antecedent of all that has transpired. I guess that's our job now. Let's go and grab our white ticket. And mosey on to the Waking Sands. And we'll stand around there for a moment because I'm going to go and refill this bottle. Damn you, Ascians! Right. Damn, Ashians! They've replaced me bowl of water for a can of Fanta. Now, what is this? Oh well. Just like make my hair all floofy and start going. Aliens. A whole bunch. That will do it. Keep the headphones on at this point. My arm is definitely still feeling some effects still. Which is a little annoying in some ways. Because it just means moving around feels a bit off. Probably pick up that quest, see what that entails. This is how we say at this moment. Garland threat may have abated, but there's no end to the work we silence do. In our unique ways, may every one of us continue striving to make a better yours here. Yeah, fair enough. Into the waking sands. And on we go. Oh, Minfilia! I have news! It's good to see you held and healthy, Chris. I received word from Yido and Palpamo that you had felled good King Mogulmog the 12th. But I'd hoped to hear your version of the tale. Ah, okay, so they told you anyway, so what am I doing here? Well, I'll regale my things then as well, and then carry on our conversation. So it was, well, as they said, some of the same methods used by the beast tribes and taught by the Ashians. Though unfortunate, this incident did at least serve to remind the Elder Seed of our usefulness. Our offer of additional support could not have come at a better time. My thanks, Chris. You're welcome. And the gifted. Oh no, Minfilia looks beyond the ground. I didn't realise that was the gift. But no, seriously, we should probably be concerned whenever something dreadful looks to be happening. Owing to the tireless efforts of all concerned, we are at long last ready to bid farewell to Vesper Bay. So as to avoid drawing undue attention, we shall make the journey to Reverence Toll in small groups, departing at irregular intervals. Lest you doubt, it is still my intention to conduct future operations openly, but on this particular occasion, the need for caution overrides all other concerns. To move north as one ponderous caravan would only serve to invite attack. It seemed only right that I should be the last to leave, and I would have you remain with me until the end. Alright, fair enough. Upon my departure, the Waking Sands will formally cease to be our headquarters, and the premises will be given into the care of Yurion J. This is so that he can remain here for any reasons that you might need him to be here for. I had thought to relinquish the property, but he was quite adamant, and I had not the heart to disagree. These walls have borne witness to some of the brightest and darkest moments in our Order's history. Mayhap it is best that we do not forsake them entirely. Yurion J shall remain here and devote his energies to studying the nature of primals. By the grace of the 12, he will one day discover a permanent solution that we have sought for so long. Of course, he will not be alone. LSA shall continue to work closely with him as well. I wonder when we'll see her again. Should they require our assistance, I have their assurances that they will not hesitate to contact us. Speaking of Yurion J, would you inquire of him if any tasks remain undone? Cannot escape the feeling that I've forgotten something. Something important. Well, whatever it was, it obviously wasn't all that important. But we'll humour Yurion J and Minfilia on this, because... Well, actually, more so we'll humour Minfilia on this and try and figure out what important thing it was, because obviously Yurion J just wants to talk. Well, at least we talk to him. I wonder if... Because Palmer's got the quest for Good Awakening, so I wonder if that means he'll be hanging around here for whatever reason. Thou art ever welcome, Chris, but require no assistance. Pray take thy leave unburdened by concern for my well-being. Verily thy countenance... seriously, this is like the one person ever in all of gaming that I hear the word verily being said, like, bespeaks a desire to quit this place without further delay. Mayhap thou thinkest this chapter of our tale concluded, that these halls should rightly be consigned to the annals of history. In man's eagerness to seize the future, how readily he doth set down the past. Full and many a proud pioneer has bravely stridden into the great unknown, only to find there the banner of his ancestor, faded by the eons, and still man glorieth in his discoveries. 'Tis through his pride that wisdom doth ever give way to ignorance, while they who lurk in shadow remains hidden, lost no sooner than they are found. Such words being worded out by Yurion J there. Be not offended, Chris. Thy conduct has ever been beyond reproach. Despite thy surpassing strength and all thy many victories, thou hast never been so convinced of thy own greatness as to imagine thyself above the failings of thy forebears. Mayhap it is the echo which has opened thy eyes to the lessons of history. But that the same could be said of... And cutscene. This all could have been done in cutscene form personally, but... The many words of Urion J go on and on and on until... Ah! Oh god, Minfilia's having... the worst day ever. Whence came that cry? The solar! 12 for defend the antidescent! Well, it's almost like these quest log opening bits with the pictures sometimes really loves to foretell exactly what might occur. In this case, damn it, Minfilia, why? See, this is why you make sure you regulate your vitamins properly. Chris, you must... Ah, crap, the echo. It's always at the worst possible times, isn't it? We get a flashback to a couple of minutes ago. No, seriously, this is only just a couple of minutes ago. Because we were busy talking to Urion J while this was happening. Tell me, Luisov, would you have done the same? Luisov Livelia was a remarkable man, wise beyond mortal measure. Would I met him prior to his passing? Ah, a white-robed Asian! An Asian? Here! How? How readily you see. You are indeed gifted, antidescent. But you're not like the others. Your robes. Gifted but ignorant. Yet I shall not judge you harshly. The fault lies with your forebears. Has been millennia. Mine are the robes of an emissary. Unlike you who came before, I have no quarrel with you. Sure. Hey, he who... You speak of Lahabrea. Lahabrea is a warrior. He fought. He fell. He may yet learn from his mistakes. Then he is still... Come. I only confirm that which you already knew. There is no cessation, no oblivion, only expulsion. What a... It's all these gaps in the words. And Tataru enters. We're ready when you are, my lady, if there's nothing else. Is something the matter? This is obviously the point when URJ is going thoroughly towards me. I feel the same way. After everything that's happened here, it feels strange to leave. But I'm sure we'll soon get used to Reverend's toll. Well, I'll let you say your goodbyes. Take as long as you like, my lady. We shall depart whenever you're ready. It is only to be expected. She lacks the gift and the knowledge both. To her, we are indistinct. And this is how Ashin's able to move around a whole bunch without getting noticed. I do not understand. You need to understand at some point. Shadowless, fleshless, formless. What truth there is in each tale is diluted by time and telling. Knowledge dictates expectation, and expectation colours perception. Thus did she perceive naught. So it is with all but a chosen few. Even you, when young, could not yet see with eyes unclouded. You know nothing about me. Nothing! The gift grants you clarity. It grants you focus. With it, you may in time come to see us as we are, rather than this crude approximation. Lahabrea did not think so highly of the Echo. Lahabrea is wrong about a great many things. The Echo is indeed a gift. albeit one you have yet to master. And if we did, there would be no strife between our peoples, for we would be of one mind. I leave as I came, in peace, and he doesn't. May we meet again as friends. Wait, stay where you are. That was a genius maneuver. Mayhap I was indelicate. 'Tis a mercy she shields her children from his grace with such resolve. Was it also by her hand that you survived the ardor, I wonder? And then this is the point where we come walking in. I take it there's no need to explain. Dying horribly. Ow. Save your concern. He did me no lasting harm. Whatever his intention was, it was not to kill. And in comes Yonjay and Tataru. I heard a cry. What happened? Are you alright? You look faint. Do you need to lie down? I can fetch you a flask of my special tonic. Yonjay, send word to the students of Baldesion. Tell them to scour the archives, the forbidden tomes in particular. If there is any reference to an Ascian robed in white, however oblique, I would know of it. An Ascian, my lady. Was that what gave you cause to cry out? I did but moments ago glimpse a figure clad in white sent forth from the waking sands. Yet Ascians are wont to employ teleportation magics. Why would one be so brazen? I know not and care not. Find him, Chris. Turn every stone in Vesper Bay if you have to. Well, as someone that is robed in white, maybe that one's their resident white mage of the group. Obviously, that might be horribly wrong, but, you know, pray attend me, Tataru. Yeah, Yonjay and Tataru can go do their thing then. We've got ourselves an Ascian to hunt. I'll just pick up a shotgun. Ascian season. Oh. Anywho's. Something definitely doesn't feel with my shoulder. It just feels off. In a way that I can't describe. Which is a little annoying, to be fair. But, what can you do? Anyways. Okay, so I guess we can head back in there immediately. Or maybe not. You know, we can pick up King Lives later. Besides, that's an extreme fight. Or at least a harder version. I'd rather not. Haha! White Robe Dacian! I am told that you are the warrior of light. But I would know for myself. I shall walk north, and you may choose to follow. Know, however, that you will be waylaid if you do. You may even perish. Should you survive, we shall speak anon. Alright. Onwards we go. What could possibly happen when we get to the purpley stuff? Egads! Some brutish imps! Time to a good old holy spam. And I feel like the neighbours decided to start cutting stuff. Hearing the sounds of the machine, it tends to get used in gardens. I don't know which one. I guess it's nice. I guess it's a nice time to do it. 20 past 8 in the morning on a Sunday, so you know, fair enough. Well, anyway, let's keep on following that damn Ascian. And we do have to maybe not spam holy here because we've got plenty of bloated bogies around here. Ah, a gruesome gargoyle. Aren't we? We'll deal with this as good as we can. There might be giants. Ah, because this Brian Moose is here. A giant in Farrowland? That's not so surprising to be honest. Into this bit. What have we got here then? We are being judged by 2 Node gargoyles. Oh no! Come on, you gargoyles. Hit me hard, damn it. Thank goodness for the powers of stoning things to death. As popularized by several nations in a desert. Or medieval Europe. One more thing just over here, and it might be a Lalafell archer under the ground currently doing a thing fighting this giggling Geigen toad. Aha! White Dacian, I've come to fight you. Oh, fuck's sake. Some Ashian thaumaturges and conduits, which means what I'm doing is actually probably the worst idea. Actively trying to fight the... I should probably deal with convoys. So... we'll have that just... Yep. There we go. Last conjure. So, yeah. Well then, White Dacian, all your minions are dead. Now, bend over and make sure you don't have any knives hidden up your leg or something. Remarkable. Truly remarkable. I thank you for granting me this indulgence. None save he who bested La Habrea could endure such an examination. Have the laws of man grown so twisted in my absence that it is now permitted to lay hands upon an emissary? Possibly. You bore witness to my audience of the antedescent, did you not? Then you know I acted only in self-defense. I realize the same cannot be said of La Habrea. Even amongst his brethren he is considered unique. Nevertheless, I cannot wholly condemn his misdeeds, for through them we discovered you. One so strong in the gift that he could cast us out. True enough, your mother favours you still, that much is plain, but surely you must feel it. Her influence wanes, and her strength shall soon be spent. These lands, these people, this world, all shall soon change. As it was, so shall it be again, and as it should always have been. Doubt my claims, and question my motives, if you will. Only believe me when I say this. I am a Lidibus, emissary, bearer of the word of the one true God, and we shall meet again. Well, that's enough of Elizabeth for the time being. We'll just have to go and tell Minfield that he did the good old teleportation, so, you know. This was just merely a test. Oh, I've got one right. This is just merely a test to see our strength and whatnot. Whoopee! Well, rather successful. Oh, so, lovely. More things. Although it's good. No, obviously, this was needed to help set up the fact that, oh no, more to make us aware that, no, yeah, like, Lahabra is definitely 100% still a thing. All we did was cast him out of Thancred's body. Now, as for other factors, well, in terms of the Ashians, well, we can only assume what they're doing behind the scenes, so... Anyway, before we head over to Minfilia, we can head down over here to Urianger. Pardon me, as he has the king lives. Urianger wishes to speak with us to do with this. Amongst Mughal-kind, the legend of Gid, King Mogulmog XII does tell of a wise and magnanimous ruler. Alas, the entity first summoned put a lie to this imagining, with his brief and decidedly peaceful reign. Just most disturbing for me to learn, then, that the Mughals' guard have once more succeeded in placing their manic potentate upon his thorny throne. Methinks the agents of chaos does lurk in the shadows of this deed. Only with the Ashians' guileful intervention could they have called the king back from the Aether with such haste. As ever it falls to thee, to the blade born of light, to banish the Paragon's dark ambition from our realm. The 12 only know what dire power does corrupt the saviour of these gentle forest folk. Thy name has been called, Quest. The more moderate faction of the Mughals have joined with the Order of the Twin Adder in an effort to open the path to the good king's domain. I bid thee make haste to Adder in its nest and once more pledge thy aid in deposing this royal myth-made flesh. Yep. So we now have another fight with King Mogulmog, the 12th. I guess if it's a new one, maybe it is the 13th actually at this point. That we can have to deal with if we desire to, but we don't have to right at this moment, I don't think. So, anyways, Minfilia. Thank the gods you for returned, Quest. After you left, I began to worry that I might have sent you to your doom. I take it our visitor proved elusive. Beg pardon, he was waiting for you? What did you do? What did he say? As it was, so shall it be again. When does he speak, and of what exactly? The words of this Elizabeth portend much, but revealed nothing, save perhaps a measure of disdain for Lahabra. I had hoped for answers, but it seems I shall have to be content with a wealth of additional questions. Hooray! Things that we'll have to then go and deal with to actually get answered later. Anyway, build on the stone. Let's set aside the matter of this Ashian until after we've completed our move to Rising Stones. There is but one final favour I would ask of you before I depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Alamegan Resistance. The truth, however, is more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was their spy. He maintained the deception for nigh on half a decade, furnishing the Resistance with vital Imperial secrets while feeding his paymasters subtly conceived misinformation. When he died some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal, which I've closely guarded ever since. It contains every shred of information he and his agents could steal on what they believe to be the single greatest threat to Eorzea, the Primals. Its wisdom has guided me through the years, though as much within I still do not understand. It's my hope that Urianger will fare better. Tell him to treat it with care. It is all I have left of my father. We must give Warburton, Minfilia's father, General Urianger. That way we'll be able to have him go through it. Be like, aha! Thoroughly I knew that this is going to be, that I would figure out the things in these words. I'm trying to speak like Urianger and it doesn't work. I haven't gone to Eton, so clearly I'm not going to understand this shit. I thought thee departed. To what end dost thou linger? Urianger, a front runner for being a better choice for the Conservative Party than Kemi Banadoch. Although then again, I feel like pretty much most people would be better options for Tory leadership. Obviously, other than like Keir Starmer. Actually, you know what? Keir Starmer would be a good option for Tory leader. That sums that one up. The father's final bequest, the daughter's lifelong labour. It is no small thing to surrender such a cherished memento. Well, I can imagine the Andescent's pain. Upon my honour, I swear to spare no effort in the study of these materials, lest my lady's sacrifice be in vain. And we get cutscened yet again. I can't wait for Minfilia to suddenly be like, ah, no, ah, more Asians, help. Nope, you're just calling on the link stone, on the link pearl thing. This is Minfilia. Forgive me, but I could wait no longer. I have departed for the rising stones. If you have yet to, once you have given the journal to Yonjay, I bid you come to the 7th heaven in Reverence Toll. Tower will be there to show you inside our new headquarters. Assuming you have already attuned to it, you may wish to make use of our new way freight in Reverence Toll. After all, it is right on our doorstep. And with that, we are now... Well, there's still some people around and about in the Waking Sands, but... it doesn't really matter too much. Off we go to Reverence Toll, as that will be... Yeah, now that will be our headquarters. So, you know, good news on that front, because it's actually probably a little bit bad to get around with. And Tataru is talking to Slathborn. Yay. Oh, that smile as Tataru turned around. So cute. Oh, Chris, you're here. Good. We were all wondering when you'd show up. As I was just telling your restive receptionist here, I am pleased to inform you that all the documents have been prepared and all the signatures signed. The Rising Stones is officially yours. Hurrah! Splendid. From this day forward, I will spare no efforts in seeing that it is as welcoming and comfortable a home for us as the Waking Sands ever was. That said, this is all somewhat intimidating, is it not? So many unfamiliar places and unfamiliar faces. Take that odd-looking fellow over there, for example. He's been eyeing us most suspiciously ever since we arrived. Can't I help but wonder if we are truly safe here? What, that fellow over there? Nah, I'm sure that's fine. Ah, that man. Can't say I've spoken to him myself, but rumour has it he's come to hunt for ancient treasures in the Crystal Tower. You've seen the structure I speak of, no? It'd be hard to miss it, that massive pillar of shining crystal that looms high over the land just to the southeast of here. If the tales are to be believed, it's a remnant of some ancient civilization. The details remain a mystery, and that's no doubt why it's drawn adventurers and scholars from all over looking to unearth its secrets. And it's also the perfect place to go do Final Fantasy XIV references, as straight up various elements of the Crystal Tower is straight taken from Final Fantasy III, yet done in a different manner because MMO versus early Final Fantasy turn-based combat. So, you know, the man over there is no exception. If my instincts are true, he knows more than most. If you're curious about the tower yourself, you could do worse than to talk to him and see what he knows. Why, if I weren't otherwise occupied with my duties here, I'd have half a mind to join you. I mean, just look at it. I can scarce begin to imagine what wonders lie inside. And if this was a different kind of Final Fantasy with some MMO level mechanics, Slathborn would be a guest character for part of dungeon at the very least. What I'm thinking of is something a la Final Fantasy XII. Like Lamont. Or some of the party members before they officially become party members, like Ash or Buck. And Fosler. Fosler's a guest party member at a point in the game. Why, that's wonderful to hear. Rest assured that this receptionist will work just as hard to see that our efforts do not skip a beat despite relocation. Maybe when I'm too fed up to keep playing Final Fantasy XIV, maybe we'll play Final Fantasy XII. Who knows? I quite like 12. 12 is a good one. And with that, Chris, I do believe it's time we officially announced your presence to everyone inside. The Andescents and the others will surely be overjoyed to see you. Alright, I suppose. But yes, this cutscene basically does establish that Crystal Tower. Go do it. Like right now, Crystal Tower series quest is now available from the Outlandish man. Well, he certainly does look rather outlandish. In order to progress in the main scenario, you must first complete certain quests in the Crystal Tower series. This is actually mandatory. You have to do the Crystal Tower stuff. Not immediately. You don't have to do it immediately, but you might as well start doing it immediately, to be fair. When you've gained a respite from your duties as a Scion, use your time to probe the depths of the Crystal Tower and see what ancient secrets might be gleaned. I want to say that I'll be doing the Crystal Tower stuff in its own separate thing. I will grab the quest, most certainly. I'm going to see if I can try and see if there's any interesting facts about this outlandish man. No, he just looks rather... I like his jacket. let's talk to him then. An oddly guard man visiting Residence Toll has some information which might be of interest to an experienced adventurer. Do I know you? Ah! Unless I am very much mistaken, you are the famed adventurer who bested the Garland Empire's general. Are you not? The great Christopher himself? Amazing! More than a little serendipitous, one might even call it fate, but I recently received word of a truly unique opportunity. You see, an opportunity the like of which none but one of your proven worth could take advantage. The reward, naught less than the acclimated knowledge of a fallen civilization. The risk, a single misstep could cost you your life. But what is a little danger to a storied hero such as you? A man with absolute confidence in his own abilities stands to profit handsomely from this venture. No, I crave no recompense for my part in bringing this opportunity to your attention. The historic discoveries you shall make will be reward enough, I assure you. If my words have fanned the flames of your curiosity, then I bid you seek a man by the name of Rambrose at St. Coinach's Find. If it is he who stands at the doorway to untold marvels, awaiting the arrival of a champion bold enough to march across the threshold. And we can talk to him again and he'll just be like, Rambrose is where you want to go. So fair enough. Well, anyway, yeah, so inwards we go. Once again, a lot of these blue things are going to be hard versions of the dungeons that we did throughout the main story. Turn to Detours just reminds us that it is our new home. Simple enough. Everyone's waiting for you inside. That is true. Everyone would be. Let us go on in. Random rogue walking through us there briefly. And a bunch of NPCs, some that were not in the Waking Sands, some that were, are now all over the place. You can spend time going around talking to them, like Vancrid. As ravishing as ever, perhaps for old time's sake she would... Gods, Chris, don't sneak up on me like that. We bards are as uneasily styled lot. Well, okay, right. So remind me what words you were just saying about Minfilia's mother. Oh, you wish to help? Oh, that's very kind of you, but I can manage on my own. Besides, you should be out having grand adventures, not withering away here with me. Alright, fair enough. I can't get behind the bar. Damn it, there's no bartending class. No. What's this turtle up to? As you can see, Arsenal and allies have furnished us with a wealth of new tomes. It would be prudent for you to broaden your knowledge as well. Alright, fine, I'll go level up Summoner. Sheesh, next time when I want to grind a class, I'll do that. Ugh. This new person here, Co-Lieutenant. I did not realise the silence had moved until I arrived in Vesper Bay. Thankfully, J was kind enough to write me here. I know I've only just joined, but if there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. Oh, lovely. Lovely stuff. Thank you for wanting to help. Meanwhile, Yida's doing squats. I love the smell of victory in the morning. It smells like sweat. No, Muntai sauce. No, victory. Yeah, victory. I take it you got beaten, Holy Boulder. The horror. Oh, Yida, did you traumatize the man? So here we are, completely independent and unquestionably neutral. Or at least more so than before. Truth be told, I cannot say it feels that different. Of course, Yida begs to differ. Yeah, that sounds about right. Right, anyways, we should probably go and talk with Minfilia in the solar. Oh wait, no, Alphano's here. Hi Alphano, is it not wonderful, Chris? Nary a single presumptuous merchant has darkened our door. Give it time, they do have to walk through Corfast to be able to knock on our doors, to be fair. Pardon me. I know full well they will come in time, but for now, let us enjoy the respite. Alright, fair enough then. I give it, 5 minutes. Minfilia! Lots of talky talks. Various gaggle of heroic heroes. Hooray! Let's again take a look inside the place. Now I realise how cringy the mining in Final Fantasy XIV thumbnail kind of looks a bit because I did a direct reference to Minecraft. But I'm thinking like I feel like a level of cringe already because I'm having to draw cat ears and a cat's tail on a stick figure that's meant to represent at the very least me, maybe my character in the game. I think the only way to make it more cringy would be if I suddenly had to draw, say, a Mikote that maybe becomes a Scion or something. But I like that would never happen. Well, it's certainly spacious. Indeed it is. Speaking of my room, fuck. We've even got people just chatting in a corner. How lovely. And we've even moved the broken staff. Louis' staff was just that damn great. Today marks a new beginning for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. For today, we declare our independence. We shall henceforth be beholden to no nation, but serve all of Eorzea's people, proudly and openly. But this does not mean that we will sever our ties to the Eorzean alliance. On the contrary, the Anti-Descent and I shall endeavour to strengthen them. Rest assured, however, that we shall not permit political considerations to influence our decisions. Our identity remains unchanged, as does our cause. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and our single purpose is to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Hooray! And everyone's in agreement. For Eorzea! Oh, wait, what am I saying? Your Stola's a Mikote. But like a male one, like another catboy. Like that, like the amount of cringy things we could do if we had another catboy, you know? But, then again, do I really want to fuel potential future DeviantArt images? Yes, actually, I would. I would even commission some. Among your time quests, I would speak of Elidibus. Well, actually, I like on the commission thing. I don't have money to do that. Actually, I might do, actually, a little bit. But Yuyonje, when did you get here? Pardon the intrusion, my lady, but the matter which brings me will admit no delay. My every attempt to contact the students of Baldessian has been met with silence. No one will respond. How odd. Allow me to try. Oh no, not the students of Baldessian. They were my favourite people that we have yet to meet. No response. Surely they would not ignore us. They have never yet, my lady. I fear we must assume the worst. No, I will not believe it. An outpost, perhaps, but not their headquarters. Their wards are beyond circumvention. Had they come under attack, they would most likely have raised the alarm. None could penetrate their sanctum unnoticed. But for those who lack the gift and the knowledge both, oh no. Contact their agents in the field at once. If all has befallen the students of Baldessian, they may know of it. Though the thought of it pains me, until such time as we have evidence to the contrary, we can but assume the worst. Accordingly, we must need seek another source of information on Elidibus. It is possible that others in the homeland are possessed of such knowledge. Be fairly warned, however. They are unlike to yield it unconditionally. Do what you must. Well, while Yuyonje goes into contact with Charlatan, yet another unforeseen and unwelcome development. What could be next, I wonder? A visit from a crimson-clad Ashian, perhaps? Or Ochre? Or Puke? And which of our allies will then fall silent? I don't like the ominous red flags you want to raise, Minfilia. Like, don't do that. For a time, I thought we had gained the upper hand. When you shattered the Crystal Darkness and cast out Larabaya, I dared to hope that we had found a way to rid ourselves of the Ashian menace. But I was wrong. He endures and may yet return. Upon that point, I have no doubt that Elidibus spoke true. Yet there must be a way to destroy them early. A way to spare this world their unholy machinations. I dare not consider the alternative. There are forces at work we do not understand, Quest. I discern them all around, in disturbances too great and too numerous to be dismissed as mere coincidences. Doubtless the Paragons are involved, but how and to what end is far from clear. I know not what will come, but I do know that we will rise and meet it as one. Ah, my stalwart hero, your face is a picture of resolve. I know that you will be ready when the time comes. With luck, however, that will not be for a while yet. Pray return to your private affairs with my blessing. Should anything arise, you will be informed. Fair enough. I'm going to go and look at this plant now. Such greenery. Krill, where are you? That doesn't have a rhymey way of saying, like, do the Scooby-Doo thing of Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? That thing. I can't do that with a name like Krill. Bah. Meanwhile, in some dark area, your intercession was not foretold. That Burlesque is the one saying that one. You object? We question. Our plans are in motion. Your intentions unclear. They survived the 7th Ardor, and are stronger now in the gift. Does that not intrigue you? No, it does not. Serve as you will, and so too shall I. We labour not at cross purposes. The wisdom of his plan shall become apparent in time, when the veil is lifted from their eyes, and at long last they see. Can't really see when it goes to complete darkness. But that's the end of that cutscene, and we get an achievement of A Realm Awoken. You can tell which parts are the end of the patch content. And 7.09% of people on Xbox have bothered to even get A Realm Awoken, you lazy sods. I should not be getting rare achievements, damn it. But anyway, screw all that. Time to start setting up things for Stormblood. I wish I was joking a little bit, but it is a little. But we are setting up more Stormblood related stuff now. So, you know. And also stuff that is very much more prevalent, the rest of the patch content and Heavensward wise. Also, more equipment. Hooray! We get cutscened. Truly, there is no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request for assistance from Margina and Son's mineral concern. It would appear that storehouse in Horizon has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Oh, darn it. Minor as they seemed in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifest were long dismissed as clerical errors. It's only during the concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. Pardon me. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. Gee, I wonder who would be doing that. I need hardly tell you what that might imply. Woo, more primal potential. Woo. The Brass Blades charged with investigating the thefts believe that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, they have as yet been unable to identify a likely suspect, and the concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been of merely monetary value. If there is even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest but in service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the Blades to realise their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Chitolo when you arrive. She and Frankfurt have already begun a beginning investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do. Onwards! And yes, I didn't say anything more on the quest tab bit there itself, but I wonder what character that might be. I lie horribly knowing that that's Yagiri. Yes, Yagiri's in the picture bit, which means we're going to be meeting Yagiri soon. Hooray! I knew that we were missing an Orwa. So, anyway, I do notice that the Palpamo in this area is not got the crest. So, maybe he exists in the Waking Sands as well. Just for the purposes of Garuda Hard. Actually, I don't need to go that way. I need a teleport. Off we go to Western Faraland. Right. Yshtola! Ah, Chris, your assistance is most welcome. I've already spoken at length with the Brass Blades of the Woes, albeit a little affail. It would seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time might be spent in conversation with Fululupa. He is the officer charged with leading the investigation, and only be repeating that which he related to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours. Mayhaps. Anyways. Oh no, this guy's the manager! Oh, we better not be all cowering around him. Oh, hello there, Chris, was it? Yshtola said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystals stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than... but never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Allegan Sunway. The car bordered off towards Eastern Fairland, where, thank the gods, I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. A speeding carriage? That would seem a curious choice for thieves of such proven cunning, yet the Armaja do have a foothold in Eastern Fairland. And what of their cargo? Did they carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could. Did you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I could come bearing disappointing news. Or on second thought, perhaps it's good news after all. Thancred, wherever have you been off to? I figured you had everything under control here, so I took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Mulja friends. Wouldn't you believe it, I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way, and even was able to do my small part to help my friends in the past blades intercept it. In all my years, I've never seen such a prodigious quantity of summers. The blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they've ever seen. Stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Alas, I suppose we have no choice but to assume our search elsewhere. We should reassess our options as well. Come with us, Chris. Alright, fair enough. I'll come with you guys. Okay, we just talked to Thancred. So, which completes the quest. So, despite the picture on the thing, it has no relevance whatsoever. Against all expectation, it would seem the Amalja are innocent of this particular spite of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the stores of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrit. I have the option to do Ifrit hard, Thancred. I haven't done yet. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to attain crystals, and in such quantities. It cannot be that we are dealing with simple thieves. If their motives were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we are missing something. While you think about what it might be, I shall inform you of our progress. Or lack thereof. And now we get cutscene.
Now then.
Voice lines.
'Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Meanwhile, in the Waking Sands.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Oh, very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's Toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
We had to see a look on the outside of the Waking Sands to see that a boat has arrived.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
They've all left. Also, I swear she sounds different later on. Oh yeah, no, we're still with the one with Born voices. A lot of the voices, some of the voices don't change until Heavensward. But yes, Yagiri has arrived on the shores. Actually, I'll take Amy. But anywho's, while that's ongoing, a final temptation. Any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight? No? Well then, for want of a better suggestion, I say we try pricking Philalupa's brain again. Who knows, if we work together, we may yet find something of use nestled away within it. So yeah, we'll deal with this investigation. Meanwhile, things that relate more to Stormblood occur in the Waking Sands. Oh, but it's good to see you return. I've given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon a most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? Calm yourself, Philalupa. What is it, this disturbing possibility of which you speak? I was contemplating as to how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long. Then it came to me. What if there is someone among our own ranks conspiring with them? A traitor in our own midst? Oh no. It would be most unfortunate if your fears proved well-founded, Philalupa. Indeed, if for reasons of security the concerned decide to transfer the remaining crystals stored in Horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed. Ah, but such a shipment would surely be well guarded. Would thieves as wily as ours risk open confrontation? Mayhap not, but neither would the concerned be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they may instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret to entrust the goods to, let us say, a lone Mikote miner travelling without escort, so as to not attract undue attention. But who? Ah, I see. Yes, the concern may well elect to do that. But to travel with such cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way, mayhap north of the bridge to Hamalea. Fine spot for rest, do you not agree, Chris? Alas, the role of the Mikete miner is taken, so you will lie in wait to the north, and I will do the same to the south. Ah, darn it! I picked up miner and everything! Damn you, Thancred. Well, I guess I can't be the bait for once. Forgive me, my friends, but I have received new orders. I must inform my men at once. Right, bye, Fiverlooper. We shall get to work on dealing with them damn things then. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer them some encouragement. Thancred and his cat proceed to go off to try and get these thieves. Man, I can't believe it. We're causing Thancred to be surrounded by pussy. No! I do this to myself. See, this is why we don't need more Makotes. I'm doing a good enough job as it is. Where am I? Actually, hang on. Yeah, Ystola's just here as the bait at this point. So, as we can see, Ystola in a mining attire. Wish I could see more fan art of this, to be honest. It looks better than the generic low-level healing gear that also DPS mages would probably be wearing. You know? Maybe I'm just not looking hard enough. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong places. You never know. But anyway, some unknown ravagers are here. Guards? No matter, kill them all. They won't go after Ystola, they'll go after me because we're not on a duty, so I'll go again. I love when attack animations of Purgilists have like a roundhouse kick, where it's like, oh, the whole point is they've got fist weapons to make their punches harder. They don't really have additional things with their legs, yet they go for the roundhouse kick. Also, I don't think these riders are wearing much underneath. I swear we've just been flashed and... Oh! Additional ones. Where are they? Oh, over there. And these ones have bows. And so by proxy are also less health. They were not trained to resist stone. I think there's an audio slave song about being a stone. Anyway, Ystola, I did it. I killed all the people. Stubborn to the last as expected. You are unharmed. Yep. A gang of sea wolf thieves and in Fowland, no less. Suppose it's the first time for everything. Sea wolves? All of them. Damn you, Lanosia. Aye, and all with the same taste in facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering. By God, they had blue on their face. Our thieves are a long way from home. I'm just looking at both of them like, Sea wolves? What? Okay. Thancred, if you'd be so good as to attend to the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make. To Horizon then, Fiverlooper will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. Ah. Off we go. On behalf of the Blast Blades, the Woes, I thank you for your service to Horizon. Hooray! Ah, but we have not been idle. While you were filled, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Is that so? Then by your leave, I should very much like to have a word with the fellow in private. Ah, no. I'm afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he managed to subdue the unit of Blades dispatched to detain him and made good his escape. Oh, for the love of... How did he manage that exactly? You men haven't been sampling that Somas we've confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No, but he was quite strong, a sea wolf. The missing born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him. You have my word on that. I see. Pray keep me apprised of any developments. Ah, it's a good thing we're having international incidences now that we're neutral. Yes, he's standing next to me. Understood. And it would appear that I'm needed. If our time together is at an end, my friend, your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed, or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Ugh. And then we do so. My earrings are healing. Oh wait, we've got those other earrings. The earring stuff is like pointless now. Ugh, damn it. Well, it's good to have the gear. The Mother of Exiles. Oldar. We have information on our next assignment here. The Antidescent bid me tell you to make for Vesper Bay, where young Alphino awaits your coming. Most eagerly. He eagerly awaits our come. That's not a good thing. It was he who requested your assistance. Oh, so I think that was not a joke I should have said. Well, will I hang myself later? Some commotion or incident. I'm not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is that Alphino has planned for you, I shall endeavour to track down our traitorous brass blade. And when I do, you may rest assured that we will have our answers. Right, well, I'm going to go and apologise to Alphino. My comments are not to be taken seriously. I'm just... When you hear the word come one too many times, you start thinking ahead, which way do you want to take it? Sometimes the dirty way is more funnier. It's also sometimes the worst option, depending on which characters you're referring to on the whole come side. But anyway, Alphino is by that ship. It's a small little ship, it is. You are late. No matter. I know where our visitors are headed. From what I've been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You are familiar with Doma, yes? In Orford. Haven't played Stormblood in years. What are these places? Well, like the rest of the nations of the Eastern Continent, it is ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale, and more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, do you? Do you not think? Come with me to Aldarquis. Unless I am mistaken, and I am rarely mistaken, we will find the Domans bickering with the Sultan Sworn on the Royal Promenade. You are uncertain of your role in the proceedings? Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be pursued by some, and if not, who better than you to have on hand in the event of an unforeseen diplomatic incident? Right, I'll heal some people. That will help. Besides, I do so enjoy your sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Oldar. Right, okay, to Oldar. Of course, the day I actually feel like streaming for more than an hour is really warm in here. Fucking hell. Chamber of Rule A4. Of course, you may or may not have heard various plights of the Domans in Orford to some extent if you've actually bothered to play as Rogue and gone into doing the whole ninja stuff. Or you may have seen some words being said when it came to, the start of the Samurai questline. And, of course, someone's called their bloody created a character and they've called the fucking thing Chicken Jockey, the fucking fucking bullshit, cringy Minecraft movie. Then again, I'm saying quite a few cringy things today, so clearly I must be in the mood to watch it. I'll just go and check the nearby cinemas. After stream. It matters not how many times you ask. Well, necessary permissions, none shall pass. Oh, look at Gandalf over there. Pray understand, good sir. We have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you, and darken those doors no longer. I will not... These doors no longer. I will not ask again. You know not what you do. And in comes Alphino. I gather your pleas fall upon deaf ears. A loyal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well. I hope that you'll find me more to your liking. Alphino Levier, even. At your service, a friend. Which I believe makes me very nearly unique in this part of the world. At least few indeed are your allies in Ul'dah. You'll need some if you wish to endear yourselves to the wealthy and powerful. Pray join me and my associate at the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there is aught we can do to help. I guess we can stoically nod at them a whole bunch. Seriously. Oh, and they've been playing while I've been not. Chicken jockey. God, fucking. I will criticize player names when it's shit like that. Hands down. Just like. You deserve to be bullied. That's right, I have the mind to teleport them into an American school and shove them in a locker. Mainly because although there were lockers in British schools when I was around, in them they were seldom used. Like, there was like 1 or 2 places where there may have been like small lockers, and then there wasn't really, not many people really used them. Not as many people as you would think. Anyway, Alpha Nova and our refugee leader here, because apparently we don't get to know their name yet, get to talking here in the quicksand instead now, which is probably for the best. It's a nice, friendlier location. Well, friendlier, not the friendliest.
We have travelled some several thousand miles across the sea, from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Yeah, these places aren't exactly the most able to have people wanting to come in yet. At this point, I would argue. But you do you, Yugiri.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms.
Rebellions, woo.
Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few...
Cool, what dashing rogue would crush them so easily?
And guided them hither to your shores.
We'll find out in Stormblood. Or maybe even in Heavensward's patch content,
A
potentially.
war of succession? Then the Emperor...
Is dead.
Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
Damn it.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors.
And that's how they were able to sail here without getting...
Many were
tagged,
complicit
then.
in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so.
Fair enough.
I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily
Oh, you
refused.
chose to land in Ul'dah. That was your mistake.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
AK, a bit of that money. A bit of that dosh. I just pushed sunglasses off my desk. I hope they didn't land in the bin over there, but they might. Well, I'll have to check later. What they want is some good old Great British pounds. This is a £5 I have. It's still got the Queen's face on it, so I have no idea whether or not it will suddenly stop being legal tender, but I hope it's fine still, 'cause, you know. Legal tender. Lovely stuff. Seriously, where did those sunglasses land? Because oh, they land on the floor. I can see them. In fact, I can pick them up with my feet right now, in fact. Hooray! There you go. I'll have to clean them before I put them on my face, though. That's for sure.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise. But our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care.
Okay, yeah, that's important. Hey, Alpha, shouldn't we suggest Wedding's
not the first to
Toll?
seek asylum.
Wedding's Toll?
Nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here.
True.
The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed. but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power.
Alphinaud is using the power of connections to favour them.
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I mean, it's not
I am
wrong.
in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men
Yeah,
are
in a
wont
way.
to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience.
Fear of the unknown, as it is
We seek
known as.
only to spare the people of Uldar unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience then.
I thank you for your understanding.
Wasn't
It seems I have
Yugiri
urgent
just
business with the
Makote
Flame
just
General.
modelled differently
I leave our guests in your capable
at
hands.
this point? I might be wrong. I don't know. I have no. I guess I'll be the one that has to do things. By God, our silence certainly proves a certain amount of bounds at this point. But now we get to talk to Yugiri, and we can see that the people with her are Kikyo and Kazusagi, because Asian sounding names. Ooh. If I may, sir, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor will it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg for more than when you have already offered so much, desperation compels me, gentle sir. If you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. Hey, Muzasai, look, it's Yugiri over there. obviously doesn't play on more things, because the Samurai quest line would obviously start around the time Stormblood started occurring, so continuity of some quests are a little lopsided. Hells, why didn't you say so sooner, Chris? Of course I'll help. Oh yeah, we were asking Momodi for help. You couldn't have picked a better day to tell the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow, see? But just sent the word they can't come, meaning I've got a boatload of food stuff and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. Ha ha! Away, they were idiots. Go and call on Frida and Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said to ship the little prince's order to the Waking Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them those letters. That should set them straight. Indeed, it should. To the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, then. Onwards we go to adventure by walking around the city-state all merrily. And that's not the merchant we talk to, that's just Fantasia. She's in the business of bringing refugees now. I normally want to question Mistress Melodi's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. Well, I'll speak not for the children. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man what can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. But obviously, yeah, don't mistreat children. Like, how do you mean? My, that's a rather odd request. Yeah, have you misheard her instructions? No, that's exactly her instructions. You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. You mark my words. Oh boy. It's not like we're trying to feed all the refugees in Eldar everywhere, because that just seems like an impossibility. But I can see where they're coming at the end of the day. You start making expectations be apparent, that could start being a thing. Well, I love how many fat cats I see all over the place half the time. It's just like, yeah, everyone knows it's best minion, hands down. Like, if there was tier list of minions, top of S tier, fat cat. Didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go tell Lady Ligiri that it's all in hand. Hurrah! I dared not hope for such magnanimity, much less expect it. Mistress Momodi is generous indeed. I should be sure to thank her most humbly. Indeed, you should. Kindness is a good thing. Alphinaud, nice of you to return. Lady Yugiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you'll be pleased with his reply. We've been granted an audience. Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both. We should return to the Royal Promenade at once. Oh boy, politics! You have done much for us, Master Alphino. I swear we shall return the favour. Naught is owed, Lady Geary, for naught has been given. This small favour you fairly won with your words, and it is with words that you must win the favour of the Syndicate. Then I shall choose them with care. Good. You'll be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable will be required of them. Assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep, come. The Flame General awaits us on the Royal Promenade. Ah, Valbin. It'll be nice to see him again. Oh, right then. To the 8th right. Well, 8th in that chart. Chamber of Wool. Romans with a different RFL. Telergy al Deligi. A pleasure, Chris. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting. Indeed, we shall not, Albin. We shall have everything proceed as smoothly as possible. Behold, the Syndicate! Oh, and Valbin. And,
You, Lady of Doma, I'm honoured to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer.
The air for our lungs. And maybe this Nintendo DS. I don't know. To offer them in these trying times or something. I don't know. Anyway.
Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Doma, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines.
That's a very small boat for the amount of souls on there.
Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow.
Okay, we have enough to house one person.
But propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
Offer to work that some racists, actually believe it or not, will stop being racist to you specifically if you happen to prove to be useful in their eyes. They'll still hate people of said colour or race or whatever that they have this bill hard on for hating. But you'll be one of the good ones. That is legit their way of thinking. Like, it baffles me how that's even a thing, but it is, sadly.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
Yeah, Ramon's opinion doesn't really matter here. More.
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea.
Thank you, Telegy.
Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored.
I mean, yeah.
If they
Some
are
labour,
willing to work, I
not
see
the worst
no
thing ever.
reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
It's always that catch.
agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution.
Fair enough.
Shall we vote?
A democracy in action! Hooray! In a monarchy, though. Weird that, but no, whatever. May we call this land England?
The law is the law.
Lorito, with an obvious statement. Yes, it is, says here that the law is the law, despite what some people in the world think.
Lord Lolorito? Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now,
Maybe
our
both.
streets are choked with the displaced victims of the calamity and Alamigan refugees.
And that too.
They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Mayhaps. But
Some say the chairman
cast
of
them
the
all
East
down like that is a
Altamar
little.
trading company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man.
good
in
old
Ul'dah.
pull the ladder up
Or
once
it may
you've
simply
climbed
be
it.
that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
That's one way to go about it.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years
Exceptions
ago
can be a troubling thing
regarding
sometimes.
a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves.
Because you can definitely get people going, oh, what the fuck, they got an exception but not me. So, you know.
What were your words that day? Yes, the law is the law. And so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should
by that
not
logic,
be upheld.
yeah. Should make little Doma.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than gil.
True enough in
Precious
some
or
ways.
not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Ul'dah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need
Greedy
only
fuckers.
look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage had fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
I wonder who may have a role in that.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move...
None of the
forego
other ones
voting
actually
and
said,
call a
spoke their
vote.
mind, so,
To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
So for obvious reasons, Lolio immediately leaves. And as does that Lalafell. And as does other members. Well, we tried. Can't say that it was the most successful, but ah wells.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettable.
Well, that is a true form of democracy, although the Syndicate is basically a bunch of oligarchs. What's the difference to most democracies at this point?
I understand, Your Grace. And I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, little Alamigo would now be thriving.
Purposely made the refugees look worse. That's a way to go about things.
That you should have travelled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
We'll accept them. Well, maybe that's more for Yuri to do so.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity.
They do realise that once Golemor's through with sorting out any potential issues that occurred due to this whole war of succession, that they'll immediately be like, okay, do we try to take over Eorzea? Considering Gaius Balsar tried and failed.
The Monitors have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place.
Oh, thank goodness, less politics. I'll take that. Ooh, let us go for some million corn yellow dye. Anyway, next quest, promises to keep. Barbin would like to discuss how to handle the Doman refugees. As you observed, Lolorito is not afraid to speak his mind, nor is he like to change it. Oft I have wondered how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. Bah, I will waste no more words on him, nor when the Domans are yet in need of aid. Everyone, follow me to the Hall of Flames. To the Hall of Flames it is then. Man, this Telegy person, he seems like the best one out of all the Syndicate. Because I'm sure that he'll be a valued ally for the Domans for years to come. Walburn, there he is. The Syndicate is broken. Now I see no point in moving that the matter can be reconsidered. The Monitarists have made their position clear. Agreed. Aldar is not an option. Nor are Limsa, Laminza or Gridania, I judge, given the state of their internal affairs. Which leaves our Doman friends confined to a ship. Gods, the thought of them huddled in an airless hold with no hope for better treatment. Would I had more time to find an alternative, a place not bound by the concerns of great nations. Or donor. Have you considered that, Alphino? Memphilia! That's precisely what I wish to discuss. How did you know? Damn that echo. I understand the Syndicate's decision, I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, nor will my people suffer. Would it be out of the question for the Sultanate to accept us for a limited time? A week, mayhap? Or even just a few days? Excellent. I shall keep you informed. News from places Alphino. Lady Yugiri, I have a proposal, if you would hear it. Out with it, Master Alphino. You're not Yugiri. But fair enough. Headquarters of my order, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, stands in a place called Reverence Toll, an outpost in Mordona. Like most outposts, it is frequented by mercenaries and other men of action, and lacks the comfort of more established settlements. However, the leaders of Reverence Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, they may have need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands, hard labour, lest you doubt, with naught save food and shelter by way of reward. Terms not unlike those which you yourself proposed, Lady Yugiri. Though I will not hear a word said against our beloved Eldar, Revenant's Toll would offer certain advantages, the absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. If they can accommodate us all, we shall gladly accept. Master Elvenode, once again I find myself in your debt. Pray do not thank me, my lady. The life your people go to is one of hard labour and few comforts. As I told you, and before that, there remains the matter of how they may safely be borne to Revenant's Toll, which will be no small feat considering the distance and their present condition. No, pardon me. Mayhap the Eldar Adventurers Guild can be of assistance. Look for me there and non-quest. Alright, yeah, we'll go and see what we can do in terms of transport then. Lady Dagiri, if you and your people would accompany me, we may discuss what aid the Immortal Flames can provide. Yeah. Well, we can certainly help to some extent. Especially since the Domans will certainly now not be their problem. They'll probably be more willing to be like, oh, you know what, sure, we could probably spare a bit of aid to get them to a place where they don't have to be around us. In a rather mean, racist way of saying things. You know, it's simple as that. It's so easy to get through a whole bunch of the patch content when you don't have to wait for a whole bunch of people to be playing. Once again. Ooh. Alpha, no. What shall we well, obviously I know what we're discussing, but how shall this go? We are concerned that the Doman refugees may find the journey to Revenant's Toll too much to bear. Too long have they been sequestered aboard their ship with insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Modi has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such time as they are ready to set out for Mordona. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation has been secured. For those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. Good. Thank you, Momodi. Helpfulness is helpful. What news? Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is that all the Immortal Flames can do? I fear that exceeds our mandate. Were it a smaller number, mayhap it would go unnoticed. But the Syndicate will not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 Domans to Mordona. When government fails to act, the responsibility falls to us private citizens. I will engage the services of the 77 caravans on the Doman's behalf. Very well, we should begin contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord. Thank you, Telegy. After all that has befallen these good people, that's the least I can do. Come what may, you shall ever have a friend in Eldar, Lady Yagiri. And you in Revenant's Toll, my lord. Friendship, hooray! Although I'm sure there's a catch to this, still to some extent. Well, it sounds like we all have work to do, Lady Dugiri. Let's put our heads together and sell the details of our arrangement, shall we? It is certainly important to do. I would entrust the task of escorting our Doman friends to you, after you have rested your own road-weary legs, of course. What say you? Oh, I do suppose we've been running around quite a bit lately. I'll take a ring of slang. Nearly 2 hours. Oh, that's not too bad. It's been quite stuffy in here. The window's open. There's nothing else I can do about it. Oh, can we just skip to autumn, please? Yagiri's game is our next main scenario quest. As we speak, the dome is prepared for departure at Vesper Bay, wherefrom they will be transported by carriage to Eldar. That said, this has all been decided rather suddenly, and it would not surprise me if the refugees require some assistance in coordinating their preparations. Chris, I would ask you to return to Vesper Bay and facilitate the process through tasks great and small. In short, whatever must needs be done, do it. Speak with a man named Hozan when you arrive. As Lady Giri tells it, he has been designated the leader of the first group. Fair enough. We will head down to Vesper Bay next time. I want to get out of this room. It is stuffy as all hell. But hey, you know what? I think I've been sounding a lot better today. So hopefully that's a trend that will carry on in a positive direction. And not back downwards. Let's hope I didn't jinx that. If you do like what you see, you can always check out the other stuff on the channel, including the Digimon Services playthrough that's currently ongoing. And I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.